Hey, good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. This is David Hope at TigerNet.com. It's the usual Tuesday Dabo press conference today, and if you missed what he said earlier, well, you missed a good one. Dabo was asked about the outside perception of the program, and he brought out that quote that we all love. We've heard a few times, don't let people with dirty feet run through the middle of your mind. But then he was talking about the Roy bus. Look, if you've missed it, the Roy bus last year, everybody fell in love with Alabama, the juggernaut that was the Alabama Crimson Tide. And Dabo famously on one of the college football playoff ranking show, he said, we're just on the Roy bus, or the rest of y'all bus. It's Alabama and it's everybody else. Well, Clemson's 5-0. We've played really just one close game. That was against North Carolina a couple of weeks ago. Clemson fell out of the number 1 spot. They're back to number 2. People are saying they're not very good. They're not elite anymore. Alabama's back to number 1. And Dabo then, pure Dabo, said, hey, I went during the bye week, went out to the shed, got out the Roy bus, fluffed up the seats, got the tires done, changed the oil. The Roy bus is back out on the road. That kind of lets you know Dabo Sweeney's mindset. The outside perceptions, not really a whole lot of thought process put into it, but also understanding people really just don't buy into the Clemson program as being one of the dominant ones in college football. At least that's the way Dabo presents it. So Dabo has the Roy bus back out. It's on the road. And, of course, it starts back up at 3:30 Saturday when Clemson takes on Florida State. Now, this is a Florida State team that's 3-2, but Dabo said they should be 5-0. They've had a couple of close calls. They have been better defensively since Willie Taggart, the head coach at FSU, brought in Jim Leavitt, former defensive coordinator. He's been in the ACC. He's been around a long time. Brought him in as a defensive analyst, so they've been a lot better. They are really big across the front. All three of those guys on their defensive front, 305 pounds plus. Marvin Wilson at the defensive tackle spot. He plays a lot of zero technique, 1 technique, 3 technique. He does it all. He is there. He's a guy that can get pressure on the quarterback. He can stop the run. Offensively, Kendall Briles. He's a kid that everybody knows his dad, Art Briles, who was out at Baylor. Kendall is known as a little bit of an offensive genius. And Dabo said, look, he's going to run the football. That's what they do. And he said you may have a whole lot of 0, 0, 0, 1 yard, 2 yard, 1, 0. And then they break a 40 with Cam Akers, who is, of course, one of the best running backs in the ACC. Dabo says maybe the most talented running back they'll face all year. So Clemson going to get a challenge from Florida State Saturday. Some interesting notes out of that. A winner of this game has won the ACC Atlantic 10 consecutive years. The winner of this game has won the ACC Championship 8 consecutive years. The last time either Clemson or Florida State didn't win the ACC, Florida State lost to Virginia Tech in 2010. I think it was a 44-33 score. Hopefully that's right back in 2010. It's the last time either Clemson or FSU didn't win the ACC title. As for player interviews, we just had Sean Pollard and Darren Rencher today. Darren Rencher, of course, former walk-on running back, talking about what it's like to be a part of Jeff Davis and the Paul journey here, all of the internships that go on. This is a kid that I love to pull for. He didn't know if he was actually going to come to Clemson to play football. Really didn't know even of May when he graduated if he was coming to Clemson or not out of Hannah High School close by until Brent Venables called him. If he didn't get a scholarship offer here or if he didn't get an offer to play football here at Clemson, he was going to go to seminary school. Talked about what the Paul journey has meant to him. If you get a chance, watch that video. This is David Hope at TigerNet.com. Don't forget, Florida State, 3:30 p.m. Saturday in Death Valley.